So, hey everyone, my name's Nicole Murphy, and I am here to be your guest speaker tonight. Your beautiful coach, Joni, asked me to be a guest on your call, and I was so honored and so excited. And how could I ever say no to all these beautiful faces? So, tonight, what I thought I would talk about is how to create momentum in your business when you feel like maybe you've lost it. I've been a coach since January 2014, and I can't tell you how many times I have hit bumps in the road in my personal life, in my job, in my coaching business, where I felt like I didn't know where I was going anymore with my coaching, and I sort of lost my ground, lost track, and started sort of falling backwards into some bad habits and not paying closer attention to what I was doing with my coaching business. So if this has happened to you, then maybe this will help you, get back on track. If it hasn't, and maybe it will someday, hopefully this will help you look back on some of the notes that you might take tonight and get you back to where you need to be in creating momentum. So has anyone read the book, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership? It's such a great book about about how to be a leader, and there's 21 laws, and one of the laws is called the Big Mo, and that means big momentum, and it's how to create big momentum. So when I read that, I always go back to the thought of there's this concept called the virtuous cycle and a vicious cycle. And a virtuous cycle is when you are getting up every day and you're setting your intentions for the day, you're getting everything done, you're doing your workout, you're inviting, and I'm talking Beachbody concepts here with this virtuous cycle. You can apply it to anything in your life, but let's talk about our Beachbody business. So you're doing everything that you should be, and you're rolling, and you're making Success Club, and doesn't that feed into your motivation to keep going when you know in your heart and your gut that you're doing what you should be doing every day? So what do? You keep going with it, and you keep creating success for yourself, and you keep making Success Club, and you keep helping people get to their goals, and they're successful, and that feels really good. That's the virtuous cycle. The vicious cycle is just the opposite. A vicious cycle is when you stop doing your workouts, you stop planning your day, you stop inviting, you stop posting on social media, and you get into this cycle where you start to lose confidence. And this could be in any part of your life. But in my Beachbody business in the past, this has happened to me so I'll wake up one day and I won't work out. And then during the day I'll get busy and I won't post on social media. And then I won't do my power hour. And then the next day it gets easier. And the next day after that, it gets easier and easier to stop doing what you were doing before. And now you're in a vicious cycle, right? So when I look at where I am in my business, I try to analyze at any given moment, all right, which kind of cycle am I in right now? Which one am I headed towards? So that I sort of check myself, and it's a gut check of, all right, if I feel like I'm sort of slipping, if I feel myself slipping into that vicious cycle, I can check myself and I can say, all right, what do I need to do today to get myself back into the more positive cycle of working my business and knowing in my gut that I'm doing the right things every day. So around that, I have 5 tips for you that if you find yourself slipping or have slipped into that vicious cycle of not working your business and not feeling comfortable and not feeling confident in it. So the first one is to find a success partner. A really simple concept, but a lot of times we forget. We have a success partner for a little while, and then we kind of lose touch with them, and we start going it alone. If you feel like you're slipping into a negative sort of cycle, grab a success partner. Find someone who has similar goals than you do. and is maybe at a similar place in their business. So they've been a coach for about the same time as you, and maybe you're an emerald and they're an emerald, or they're almost to emerald, or you're a diamond and they're a diamond, or a one-star diamond, somewhere around there. Someone that has similar experience and similar life experiences as you, like, you know, another mom, or another college student, or someone who just got out of college and is starting to work. So someone sort of similar to you. Decide on when and how you're going to set up your conversation. So are you going to text each other? Are you going to message each other? Are you going to have a phone call? And how often does that happen? Does it happen once a week? Does it happen every day? So all of these things are really important to set up with that person, because that makes that success partner the real deal. They're not just your success partner in words. They are actually your partner who's helping you, and you are helping them get to success. And then the other part of it is, once you establish the success partner, make sure that you're holding each other accountable. This isn't like BFF time. This is your success partner, is your person that will tell you when you're slacking and not take your excuses. So don't enable your success partner, and don't allow them to enable you too. It's so easy to get on a text message with your success partner and say, well, I didn't make Success Club because of all these reasons. And your success partner say, well, you know, that's okay. You'll do it next month. If your success partner knows you and knows that you want to hit Success Club, they're not going to let that month slide. They're going to say, listen, you bombed this month. You need to get on it next month. So just make sure you and your success partner don't slide into that comfort zone where you're buddies and you're friends and you're, I mean, it's great to be friends, but don't let each other slide into bad habits together, because that can be very easy when you really like your success partner. You don't want to hurt their feelings, but remember why you joined forces and why you're in this. This is so that you're both going to be successful. My second tip is to add 5 people on social media every day. Look for people with 5 or more mutual friends or contacts. Check out their page. And if they look like someone you want to connect with, do it. And if they ask, do I know you? I'd usually just say, no, but we're friends with so-and-so, and I saw your page, and it's extremely positive, and I'm always looking for positive energy. So I figured, why not just connect? Most of the time, people will just stay connected with you, and now you've brought them into your world. But I find that when my Facebook gets stagnant, it's time for me to add more people, and I need to get on that roll of adding 5 people a day. That doesn't mean that everybody's going to accept your friend request, because some people will look at you and say, okay, I don't know that person, and they're going to be a little bit more careful. But then there are some people who see that you have, I mean, there are some people in my town that I have like 40 mutual friends with, and I just friend them because I'm like, why don't we know each other? Like, that is insane that we don't know each other. And if they ask me, do I know you? I'll say no, but I think it's insane that we don't, basically. So it's important, because I think that when you're adding new people to your network, you know, you're talking about your warm market on Facebook and the people that you know, and I think we need to keep that fresh. We need to keep people coming into that world. So adding 5 people every day is definitely something that will build momentum and get more eyes on what you're doing on social media. The third thing is to set an alarm on your phone every morning that says, don't forget your power hour. Because how many times during the day can we get up and get busy and get into our day, and all of a sudden it's 9 o'clock at night and we are ready to go to bed and we didn't do our power hour. I know for me, I work full time, I have a kid, he's in sports, I have so much going on that there have been days where it just slipped away from me. So I find if I put it on my phone, I make a routine, and when I wake up and it tells me, my phone is telling me, make sure you do your power hour. That keeps me focused, and it builds into my routine. And then you're doing the vital behaviors every day. So that is part of the big momentum, because without the vital behaviors, we're nowhere. We're not doing anything. So the routine of doing your power hour every day, when you set it on your phone, you wake up and you know you have to do it. Once you build that routine, there's nothing that can stop you from building that momentum of once you do your power hour. And if you can get 1 in or 2 in a day, or on the weekends, a lot of times I try and fit 2, or I do 2 hours in the morning before everybody gets up in my house. I think that builds momentum, because you know in your gut that Beachbody asks us to do these vital behaviors every day. When you're done with them, I know at least for me, when I'm done with my vital behaviors, I feel like I've accomplished so much, because this is what I'm being asked to do, and I did it. Yay. Like, I can feel very proud of myself that I did what I needed to do for that day. So set that alarm. The fourth is to grab personal development books that will feed into your motivation and feed into, get off the couch and get yourself going in this business. That's the book. If you feel like you're losing your momentum, those are the books that we need to pick up. So I have a few that I wrote down to give you some examples. The first one is the 10X rule. And quite honestly, like that book, I read it, or I listen to it on my way to work. And I feel like it's almost like my dad telling me to like cut the crap and get your stuff together, Nicole. It's an amazingly motivational book about taking crazy action and just doing and doing more. And like it's what the title says, the 10X rule. So you're basically taking massive action. The Energy Bus is another one. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I can actually send a list to Joni that I put together here for you guys if I'm going too fast. Start by John Acuff is a good one. Perpetual Motivation, David Durand wrote that one. You Are a Badass, Jen Sincero is one of my favorites for getting me totally hyped up to do stuff. Awaken the Giant Within, Tony Robbins. Let's see. I think that's all I wrote down. Yeah. So those are just a few of the books that I would recommend that get me fired up and get me they just sort of light a fire to me. And yeah, I love him, Lindsay. He's got such a great way of telling his story and just talking to people. It's not even like he's reading his book. He's actually like talking to me. So personal development, I'll tell you a quick story. When I first started as a Beachbody coach, I took inviting, and I was like, okay, I can invite people. I can invite my friends, and I can invite, my family, and I'll even reach out to strangers. And the product of the product, I can do that. I've been doing that. I had been doing that before coaching ever existed. So I can do that. Then it came to personal development, and I'm a Connecticut girl. I am like a little bit more conservative, and I just thought that personal development was like hokey California stuff. Like that, it's California-based company. These people are like California people. That's what I thought about it. And I didn't do it for probably like the first 6 months as a coach. I didn't even look at a personal development book. And I started to hear people talk about these books and what they got out of them, and how they help their business. And I started to take some stock in that. And I got, actually, the first book I read was Start by John Acuff. And I really, really loved it. And I felt like, wow, if I apply some of this stuff in my business, I wonder if I'll do better. Then I started reading other books about helping me with things that I needed to help myself with in my life. It was called, it's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Stephen Covey wrote that one, I believe. So I started reading personal development. I started reading books about, I'm a child from an alcoholic home. So I started reading books about, adults that were in alcoholic homes when they were kids and how we respond to things. And it opened up this whole new world for this Connecticut girl. So I, I really, really feel strongly about personal development only because I was a non-believer in the beginning, and it sort of changed me in a way that I didn't see coming with the coaching opportunity. So if you're feeling like you're stagnant or you're falling behind in something, Google that topic and then find a book on it. And I promise you it will make the situation better. So my fifth is to, because it's so easy to get frustrated, and because sometimes we feel alone as coaches, because, we're entrepreneurs, and being an entrepreneur can be lonely sometimes. Rewrite your mission statement, or write a mission statement if you haven't already. You can also Google ways to write a mission statement, and there are specific instructions on how to write a mission statement. I don't know if any of you were at Platinum Edge last year, but we wrote mission statements there. And it has to do a lot with your why, but your mission statement is more of where you see you and your team going and you and your business going. And you can weave your why into that. So it's bringing your why back to you, but also coming up with a mission statement of why you have this coaching business. So you're revisiting your why, you're writing or rewriting your mission statement, and then put it where you can see it every day. So that maybe you type it up on a little card and you put it in your wallet, and every time you open your wallet, you see it. Or a lot of people will type them up and print them out and put them on their bathroom mirror when they're blow drying their hair or doing their mirror. But make sure that you can see it every single day so that you're reminded of why you're here, why you're doing this, and what your mission is in this coaching business. So that's really all I have. I know it went kind of quick, but do you guys have any questions? Yeah, it's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Lindsay, I'm going to unmute you so we could talk.
Okay.
Hey.
That was awesome. It was really funny because Rachel down there, she's my success partner, and she and I were just talking about how to add people on Facebook, like through mutual friends. If you have more than 5 friends, we were kind of in the same line with that. But my question was, if you are going to add them, do you automatically send them a message? Like at that point, like just saying, hey, or do you just add them and that be it, unless they contact you and you kind of establish a relationship?
Yeah, so for the most part, I will just add them and just keep moving. Just keep adding people and adding people. And, if they reach out to me, or if they end up commenting on something that I post, or if I see something, like I'll make sure that new person that I've just become friends with, I'll make sure that I give them some of my attention, just to make sure that part of it is that I want to establish a relationship, but part of it is I don't want them to think that I'm this icky person that's just trying to friend everybody, because I'm really not. I really pick and choose. Like I go through and I see who the mutual friends are, but I don't necessarily reach out to them right off the bat and say, hey, thanks for being my friend.
So how do you sorry, I just completely lost my train of thought. Hold on. It'll come back to me. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, if anybody else has a question, go right ahead.
I did the same thing last night. I was talking to, I signed these 2 women up to do my challenge group, and I met them at a coffee shop. And I was talking in the middle of a sentence. I was like, I can't even remember what I was going to say to you.
Oh, it came to me. Okay. Sorry, my brain is so scattered. So how do you keep all those people organized? Like we have 1,000 people that we're adding in this, like in Instagram and this, like in your private group and your like page. And like, so how do you, like if you friend somebody, where do they go on a list, or how do you keep track of your conversation or your interactions with them?
So I use Teamsy, and so does Alicia. Yep. So I use Teamsy, and I love it. But I am somewhat old school as well because I love pen and paper. So I have an actual, I have a Power Hour tracker that so I put Teamsy up on my computer and I put Facebook up on my computer. And I toggle between the two of them so that I can Facebook message and then copy and paste the message into Teamsy to know what I wrote to them. But I also keep it on my my Power Hour tracker. So my Power Hour tracker has a spot where it send 5 new friend requests. So I just write down those names, and then I go back at the end of the week, and there's a spot that says I think like accepted, yes or no, and I check off yes or no, so I know who I have my list now of all my new friends.
Okay, that's a good way of doing it.
I like to have something in front of me too. That's tangible. I don't know. I'm old, so.
Me too. I have like 5 notebooks here, so. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah, I love Teamsy. Do you like it, Alicia? I'm gonna unmute you. I am muted.
Please share.
Hey, yes, I started using it maybe a month ago. Well, over a month, because I did the 30-day free trial and then I paid for the first month. So maybe around 2 months. But I love it. It was super easy to set up, and the Google Streak, like totally, that was like overwhelming.
For
like
me too.
I like how it does it for you.
Yep.
And then you know, just keeping track, because I was not good with my pen and paper, was not like.
Yeah, I needed it to, like, when sometimes I'll go in to Teamsy and I'll look, I'm like, thank God Teamsy's reminding me to talk to this person, because I would never have remembered. I was missing so many people.
And just the, like it tells you, if you set up your goals and how many you're talking to and inviting. So I think it's helped me. Like I hit Success Club 16 last month. I mean,
wow, that is awesome.
Like continuing to like talk to people, you know, so I think it's helping me keep better track of it.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. Joni, I unmuted you.
You have cash on you?
Can you hear me? Joni.
Joni.
Did she just mute herself?
Maybe. Sounded like someone was talking to her.
Yeah. Can someone please deliver the message? I want to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Wait.
we can hear you now.
Hold on. I don't know how. I cannot figure out how to unmute my video, but it's okay. I just wanted to say, I was like waiting in line to ask a question, but I just wanted to say thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you for hosting, for starting, for sharing your heart with us tonight. You guys can hear me? Thumbs up. Okay, good. I'm just so appreciative that you would share with us tonight. I'm super, super stoked that you've given us so much advice and just knowledge, and we're really, really thankful for you. So I just wanted to make sure that I popped on to say thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me. I mean, this is totally not in my comfort zone, so it's really good to like step outside my comfort zone a little bit. And
I'm so glad. And it's like, you guys don't know this, who's on the call, but Nicole asked me this week to do an interview for her team for a project that she's doing for her retreat for her team. And I felt exactly the same way. I was like, I've never been interviewed. And I was really excited to do it for you. So I'm really glad that we were able to both help each other out. And that is what this business is all about. I can't say that enough. It's just collaboration and just mutual connections with people who are doing the same things that you are doing, so you can connect and just work smarter and not harder. So I'm just really thankful, and thank you for helping me work smarter tonight, and just for giving me space and all that stuff. I'm really, really thankful for you. So thank you.
I loved being on your call. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
I will let you go now. You guys must have a lot to do. It's already 9 o'clock.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.